Hey, Cataclysm. We're in semifinals. Alright, I think let's start this off. Hey, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is yours speaking and welcome to Civilization 5. Valentine's Duel Tournament sponsored by the Gaming Resort. Semifinals match between Mr. TonyTheBum and Mr. Grimmstripper. You should be able to, the upper left corner, that's the Tony's perspective, and the lower right corner is Grimmstripper. Now I'm just gonna play this off, and we're gonna try to sync it when it's actually gonna roll over to the next turn, because I have no idea how much will they spend on turn 0. Babylon, okay. Did I mention we've got Mr. Tony on TeamSpeak right now? Tony, do you want to say hello? Tony.
Well, hello everybody. Thanks for watching my game. I'll be commenting with yours since Arvius hasn't shown up yet. But I don't expect to stay the whole game. Hopefully you will, and enjoy this new duel versus me and Grimmstripper.
You're so weak, you can't stay up all night and go to work?
We'll see what happens. I just wanted to say one thing before I start. This game was very intimidating for me. Grimmstripper is an ex-champion in duels and an extremely good player, so I was quite nervous starting this game.
Good stuff there on the move. So you already moved between like 2 hills with a couple of chops. Nice. You're not afraid of losing the first though, or do you intend to just plant there on the hills later on?
So while yours is figuring out that the exact time looks like there's a difference of 20 seconds or so on the recording. So we should probably wait for at least first turn. Unless yours, would you like to comment on my city plan?
Yeah, I was just asking that, but I forgot I need to press the talk button when I speak on TeamSpeak, which is a quite new sense for me. So I did ask you, but that did not go public.
Okay, so would you like to repeat?
What's your thinking about planting there? I mean, like, I know you want a couple of chops, but you did miss the hill.
Chops,
well,
food, and well, that one hill spot. It's the only one I see that I can get both spots. But the only problem is the luxuries. As you can see, luxuries is a huge problem.
Right, now there are things... Yeah, exactly, that's my question, basically, because I'm like, you did miss out on the first right now.
Yes,
oh, but now you see a plan in the south on the dice. Woohoo.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of the deal, though. Once my scout gets there...
Scout? Well, this is something strange, though. Scout first? Grim Monument?
Yeah, I did the same thing against Lex game. You seem to have missed it before I got the Monument. It's a pretty standard strategy of getting before Monument. I believe just the extra sight to figure out where to put your second city is more important than rushing that settler. If you're lucky enough to find a spot 4 hex away, which is perfect, then that's great. But the duels for me seem to be more about information early game than it is late game. So I try to get out that scout just to see as much as possible.
Okay, you just found Grand Mesa too. Okay, cool stuff. He's one turn behind at Bob, which is cool.
See, as you can see, my warrior went one side, my scout one side. That's not a great strategy on my part. Usually I don't like doing that, but since I was kind of blind without radaring, I wasn't sure which side Grim was on.
This is how it should be played, though. This is how it should be played.
Okay, and see, then you can see on the top left that my warrior is going one way, my scout's going high, low. My scout's going low, my warrior's going, well, mid to high, and my scout is going to basically cover the flank.
Yeah, but this is a slight problem right now because he's just going to sneak into units in your land. No, what am I saying?
You're backwards,
yeah. Okay, Tony, switch the views, alright. Grim bottom right, Tony upper left corner. Alright, so you're actually going to control them up. Good stuff.
Yes, that's what my early scout was for. It's not a huge delay on that, on the monument. You do get the settler a little after, but it's not so bad. As you can see, he doesn't have his monument. He got the monument the same turn as me. So
Yeah, almost. One turn away.
now look at his graphics. As you can see, he's going 2 food on the jungle tiles,
Yeah,
while I
yeah.
am working 1 deer and 1 hill. So I have a production lead, but he does have that hill plant, which I don't.
I'm kind of interested right now. Well, he just switched the hill, but the question is, I'm like, it's kind of strange from him right now because he's starting off with a worker without map control. I don't think that's such a good idea right now.
But he did got a nice attack off on that warrior in the south against my scout. I usually don't like it, but since that ocean tile, he basically got me stuck there. So he was able to get a nice attack before I could do much. I have myself fortified. I'm not scared of losing my unit, and I brought my warrior in just in case. Now I'm just guiding on my side. You can see that I'm just trying to figure out what I should do. There's a few options of getting the shrine granary, but
Chop.
I kind of like I don't like my start on this particular game I'm having right now.
Writing.
Writing for me is going to be nice and fun since we are playing Babylon versus each other. As you can see, Grim went animal husbandry, which is more classical start.
Yeah. Okay, Liberty same turn. Good stuff.
Nope. See, that's the big advantage that Mr. Grim has. You can see at +3, which I didn't see early on. There is assault there. So he will be getting assault in his capital, and I won't be. Kind of one of the luck of the draws that we could sometimes have.
That's sort of a huge deal.
So we're
Well,
but
he didn't. Yeah, I know, but he didn't see the salt when he actually planted.
No,
But
he didn't.
just
It
he's
was just
lucky.
luck. Yep.
Yeah. Horses. Oh my goodness! You just planted on horses. Woof. Well, he's gonna have a beastie capital versus you right now. Salt, deer, 2 deers, 3 horses, on a hill with 2 hills in first drink.
It's one of those things that happens that you can't really control. It's
It
just luck, I
sounds
guess.
interesting.
But as you can see, I am pushing him military-wise. He is forced to retreat back to his capital while I have liberty of looking around to see. It's that early scout that I usually build just to get this situation happening. I also, if you watch previous podcasts, did the same thing to Lek. I did pressure on his capital. See, I got a sight there. I got a vision on his capital, so I know what's going on. I know what he's building in case he gets any wonders. And look at that. I blocked off that salt from development.
Yeah, that's kind of huge, but he did make a little mistake though. He did pull back his scout to scout the back of his map. If you would have that scout in front, I think you wouldn't be able to do that much stuff as you're doing right now.
Usually I would do some like easy attacks just to get that quick look, extra sight on my scouts. If I attack usually scout versus scout, I tried to do it, but since I didn't get much interference, I'm just gonna sit here right now, and then just hopefully watch out what he's doing. See, look at that. What do you think he's doing with the worker?
Chopping, without mining.
There we go. See, that's what I thought too. I'm like, this is really early game for him to put the worker. I'm kind of wondering what he was doing.
He's probably a little bit afraid of what you. I'm like, I don't know, maybe not afraid, but he's probably, a little bit disturbed because you're keeping units on his borders, and he just forgot he don't have mining. So now he's gonna scoot back and start animal husbandry. First scientist. Well, your opener seems a little bit better then.
And I did get the attack just to get to see what's going on. I look around with my scout. Stay fortified. Try to stay at 5 health, 5 experience most of the time with my units. So I usually do with 1 attacks just to make sure I can probably get my heal off if I want to do a quick attack and then heal. So at this point I'm just fortified. Nothing too special. Oh, look at that. Look at my side. Look at the academy coming out with writing. Oh, that's on a hill too, which was a forest chop. And there we go. That's one of the reasons Babylon was planted there. I picked the left hill just so I don't want to have to get burned so easily.
delay on you is a little bit funny. Maybe we should. Nah, you'll be fine, right? I don't need to share the screen on Skype to you, because you're getting delay on the screens.
I see. I'm watching your.
Yeah.
I'm watching your broadcast.
Just be aware that there's like 20 seconds delay from what you see on the screen and what you actually talk to me.
Okay.
This is a beautiful land, though. I'm kind of sad that you did not go on a hill, though. Well, he did mess up the plant too a little bit, but well, mess
There you
up.
go.
It's
Well, since I'm not on hill, I do have the horse. I am underneath the horse, so for me, I'm fine with that. And look
Yeah.
at my first tile that I'm working, by the way.
Yep, horses. Sweet,
So
Lucky.
horses and horses.
lucky.
I working my horses since I don't have mining yet, and I can't chop.
Really don't work, huh? Okay, let's try to fix the labels a little bit. What can
And
I?
as you can see, Grim has quite scary. See, he is quite scared of me coming in from a flank. And if you noticed on my screen, I do have a flanking on units on there, just to burn tiles and to steal units and workers.
Oh no,
So
everything's
it is
messed up.
forcing him to be stuck on his capital with nothing. He can't leave. He's just basically a prisoner in his own land. And I am having a free reign at this point of just moving around, and I get my settler while he has to build a military unit. And he bought the horses. Interesting. Well, TonyTheBum is on the left side.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I hope now it's better.
It's kind of interesting that Grim is getting calendar.
Bowman.
Yeah.
Well, there is
fine.
dice. He probably wants to just plant on the dice instantly for extra happiness.
And at this point, I didn't show in the demographics that I do know that he did not get writing and he does not have an academy, which is kind of one of the reasons why I have him surrounded. Kind of wondering where was he going to put it. Now that I know that he doesn't have an academy, it kind of gives me free reign on the science, and that I can echo up, even though my gold is not doing extremely well.
Well, your goal is absolutely similar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That bowman is going to be a
Canadian.
pain. Babylon bowmans are really strong. I understand that I can no longer
Second
camp
bowman.
this capital, and I will have to push away.
If you would have a choice between a chariot and a bowman, what would you choose?
Well, depending on land. In this land, I'd probably take the bowman since its chariots have difficulty moving around.
Bowmans are super strong.
Well, it's because there's no movement advantage, so I would probably take a bowman.
Two pop settler, interesting. This is just because you get the map control, right?
Well, I can I know I have free reign, and the map does belong to me, so I can pretty much do what I want at this point. I'm just holding on to as long as I can. I am going to get my chops out, so my settler will come fast. Plus, I know what tiles I'm working. It's the hill and the academy, so why not get a settler?
Alright, you did scooted away with the warrior. That's cool. Oh, vision on scout. That's kind of neat. Tree.
Yeah, and I also stay fortified here. Even though I'm kind of worried about getting attacked, there was no reason to wait, to stay.
I'm just wondering, I did skip that. Is he having mining finally, or he just went for calendar before mining?
I haven't figured out, but I believe he has mining, because he has one horse worked and nothing chopped. It's a good question, I don't know. I didn't see it come through. I don't think he has mining.
Okay, he did push you away though.
Yeah, with the bowmans is natural, but the mission was accomplished. It's to force him to get a military unit earlier than he would want to. He had no real damage, and he can't chase me. Look, I even replaced it. Duck. I'm moving out my settler. He's still building his. And I get to figure out what I'm going to do now. And there's a granary it looks like I was building.
It's kind of fun talking to you with the delay. Go, Tony, go! Oh, scout down. No, you did back. Okay, you did back away. All right, nice. And now your scout is going back, seeing the land. Cool stuff. Okay, same turn, Liberty Free Settler. 3 settlers on your part. He's gonna be 2 turns back. He has 3 pop though, theoretically, but you're working like what? Horses and an academy already. And 2 hammer lead on Mr. Grimm.
The economy is kind of bothering me at the moment since he is minus 2 gold.
Okay,
I'm minus 3. We're both quite poor, which is not my favorite thing. Hopefully, when I plant my second city, I will fix it. And you can see in the demographics, if you look at it, that I'm not really pleased.
As I said, 2 hammer lead on Mr. Grimm. Okay, so you do plant the dice, as I predicted. Nice. So where's the second one going? For the iron or for Grand Mesa?
No, I'm kind of worried about my gold right now. Playing Babylon, you kind of want to have a science slate. And I know he has no writing, so I'm going to take advantage of that quite soon. And I am fast chopping as fast as I can to get those buildings up.
You're going to settle between the hills with the chops, salt and the furs?
You'll have to find out because I don't remember.
Alright, fine. Alright, now the situation changed though. He's now, because you forced him to take units, he's like gonna control the map right now.
Yep, that's kind of fine with me. I am going for what I wanted to do at this point.
Okay. Well, the situation could reverse, and if you would go forward, you would need to.
Yeah, but I couldn't really build units. I'm
not
quite unhappy with my gold situation still. I don't like it.
Hey, old Mega Man.
My goal is just to hold on to the middle of the map at one point, and then just see what he does.
Well, the huge difference that I see in this crew that is a huge advantage for you though is plus 15 science on you and plus 3 on Mr. Grimm, which is quite huge of a difference. 5 times huge difference.
I will be pointing that out quite often in the demographics when you look at it, the mouse cursor. As you can see, I planted the iron exactly like you thought I was.
Yeah.
Which is a pain since I am quite far from my salt, and he does have his salt in his capital, which I'm not too happy about.
Yeah, but there we go. It goes for the salt instantly. I was just wondering if you want to go over the hill, behind the hill is a little bit better defensive spot, and you could possibly just plant Grand Mesa. I don't know if you counted tiles. Yeah, you can't plant Grand Mesa behind it.
I have actually
you can
2
actually
happiness,
wait
and
a
I'm
second.
still gonna work the iron.
3, 4,
Irons
5.
are just so strong on the Pop 1 city. Doesn't really matter what it is. And I will rush those monuments as fast as I can. I'm also scouting his complete side of the map. And I look at the demographics, I still show that he does not have any advantage over me.
Well, demographics don't say that he's an advantage, but look at this though. Yeah, he did not plant the cities yet, but he's gonna have 2 workers already. His cap is growing to population 3. And still gonna, population 4, still gonna do it. He's just gonna go with the worker to probably get the salt, another worker done, and you're making a settler. So you're on 1 worker, he's got 2 bowmen right now. If you would be a little bit aggressive, you could be in a little bit of problems right now.
Well, I quite believe that's true because he's a very strong player, and I'm always fearful of what he does next.
Nah, that's basically what I always repeat. I mean, if you do apply pressure early game and force another player to actually build units, and your pressure is not gonna be followed by any units, he could get revenge on you, and
But I was kind of looking for the academy though. I actually did think he was going to build it, so I did want to stop him from planting it anywhere. And if I was able to steal that scientist,
yeah, that would be huge. But it's kind of still working. He does not have the great academy, so
yeah.
let's say your plan worked.
Yeah, so my plan was kind of like sidetracked because he never actually got writing on the start. So at this point, I'm like, well, what should I do next? Well, I'm gonna try to keep my gold even as much as possible. So that means building less units and getting pushed back like I am. But I'm trying as hard as I can to be pushed back as slow as I can. So as you can see, his bowman, like he's been there for took 10 turns or so to just push him back halfway.
Yep.
And
I
at
kind of
this
like.
point,
I kind of like one thing though, because you can exchange the map since this is a mirror map, so you do know that the extra luxury behind your capital.
I scouted his land, so I do know
Yeah,
what's behind
yeah.
my land. I completely scouted his side, and I did not scout a
Monuments.
single thing on my side. And look at that!
Monuments.
Look at the building he's getting in his capital.
I did miss that one.
11 turn Stonehenge.
Oh wow! Did
And
you
that
saw it?
is-
Did you see it?
I'm looking. Sorry.
I mean, like when you played the game, did you see it on his capital?
I never noticed he started building it. I didn't look at the. I never zoomed in on his capital to see he was building a monument, even though I do have scouts around him, and I do have units in many directions. But I never noticed he built Stonehenge. Just too
That's
busy.
kind of bad. That's kind of bad because if you knew that, I mean, like that would be like amazingly strong right now.
I am quite unpleased with my capital's food growth.
Hey, Sid
even
Wizard.
though
Yes,
I
they are
have
playing for
plenty
1K
of
dollars.
food.
This is semifinals.
He did push me back and the spot I wanted. He has
That
scouts.
Bowman's gonna. Are you like depending on Fusky going? Oh, nice. Woof. That was close.
Well, I'm looking at the stream differently and looks. I don't see
Yeah,
that
you.
yet, so.
Yeah, you're 20 seconds behind. But I was like, oh, what? You're counting on fast click against Grim? Ooh, ballsy move, man. Ballsy move.
He does get the advantage in military on me at this point. His scouts are pushing towards the middle, which is what you should do with scouts. And as much as possible, hold on to as much vision. But look at the demographics.
Yeah, I'm looking at the demographics right now.
His soldiers are crushing me. He's working his salt. He has his horses already worked. So he has a good lead, even though I have the academy.
Which you're not working at the moment.
I had to switch off the academy just to get top 3. It's kind of
That's
a problem
true.
on my part. I had to stop.
1, 2, 3. Well, what
I
about the
think-
city? What about the plant in the northwest? Snow?
At this point, my options are quite limited since he does have the army on me. I planted a luxury, stay happy, and I get to have a gold a little slightly. But as you can see, I did get a chariot in my capital, and I get to have my workers basically be protected from my 2 front cities. And at this point, I have 4 cities to 3.
Yep.
With no
But
negative
still
penalty.
Yeah, but still the same hammers.
Yeah, that salt and didn't work in my favor for him.
Yeah, kinda, a bit, tiny little bit. But you got your salt now. Well, he's got a worker advantage on you though.
Yes, he does have the work advantage.
Big stuff.
And that's Scout on his screen, which is going towards the middle, near Nippur, is a pain.
Okay, he's got a heal on that bowman. 26. Oh, 3 hammer lead, Mr. Tony. Good job.
Well, when I planted my new city, that's normal.
Nah, seriously? When you plant cities, you get more hammers?
At this point, I'm staying happy as much as possible just to keep my capital from growing. I don't really mind so much, but as you can see, that scout of his that passed in between Nippur and Opus might steal my worker.
It's actually quite interesting on the screen right now. You will see it in 15 seconds. And Grim is actually wondering, which deck should I actually try to get?
It sounds like he wasn't experienced with Babylon. And he might be going sailing. What did he get? Trapping? Right? Oh my god, he hasn't decided yet. Well, I have all these texts.
Uh-oh, that chariot has a death wish. That chariot really has a death wish. No, actually, Bowman's gonna have a death wish. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, I'm more worried about my worker at this point.
Ah,
my
there's
chariot.
there's the scout. Oh my god. See, this is exactly what I was talking about at the start of the game. I'm like, come on. If you poke somebody, you need to be ready to defend against that poke, and against counter poke. Now you've got 2 fast clicks to do basically. You got a bowman to rescue and a worker to rescue. Well, worker theoretically not, because you could supposedly kill him, but you could lose a unit in the process. Especially if you just go ballsy, and yes, he's gonna go ballsy, and he's gonna attack your bowman. Oh my goodness.
My big problem was my 2 scouts aren't.
And a flanking bonus on the scout. Wow. Wow. Grim, you're a beast. He's a beast. When it comes to fighting, he's a beast.
He went quite well with those scouts, and I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, flanking, bowman. Oh, he survived. Oh, whoa. Nice one. Wow, and Grimmstripper as well too. Wow. You got nice fast clicks this game. Well, this situation that could be horrible just turned into a very good situation. His pressure is over, Bowen in the south just popped out, and you're golden. And you got a scout there still. Sniping for a worker, nice.
And he got nothing from it. But I was quite worried though.
Yeah, as I said, this could turn into very horrible. If the RNG on the Bowman would be... Well, you did get the fast click though. But if RNG would be a little bit, or he would like step a little bit forward... Oh.
But what he did notice is that I fight with the academy in my capital. And then he mentions it in the chat quite soon, I believe.
I need to up my game. That was fast. That's up for the fast clicks for now. No, he did not see the academy yet, but he's gonna probably step on there this turn.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing though. He does find my... Oh, look, I noticed in the chat again that he doesn't have writing, and I'm still leading in hammers.
Did he gonna get fast click? Yeah, he got fast click.
I also transferred the horses from my capital to my other city, that Orkmus city, so it could work the extra production and not have to worry about... I'll basically get a monument really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
alright.
So I got a kill on the scout. He was basically suiciding, which is kind of standard thing to do. There was nowhere for him to do anything.
Grimmstripper, turn 38. So I assume... Oh my... You didn't know, huh?
Yeah, see, apparently I just found that out as well as you. How can he not know that Babylon has an academy with writing? And I do tell him.
Well, Grimmstripper is a dual teamer player. You don't play Babylon that often.
One of those draws, we actually picked the civs by picking 2 numbers and combining them, and then finding out what it landed on, and then it landed on Babylon. So here we go.
Nice.
I'm quite good with Babylon. I've never dueled them, but I play FFA games quite often. So while all this is happening, he's quite happily just getting workers, doing land, and then getting that Stonehenge.
Yeah, but basically he's on 3 cities. He don't have academy. He's like taking to writing right now, so his academy is behind like a gazillion turns.
And I have all the monuments.
Yeah, he's making a Stonehenge. You've got monuments right now. You're free to... Well, you've got production freed in your cities basically, so you can do stuff. And he's stuck on Stonehenge, and he's now gonna need to plant more cities.
And get the units at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Not to mention the signs look 5-turn riding, and I'm getting 3-turn horseback riding.
Yeah, though you're making -9G on top of it. But that's huge. That's huge advantage for you. You got lucky that Grim actually does not play Babylon that often.
Yeah, he mentions it in the chat as well. Look at that. It says huge for a smile face.
Yeah, right. He got Stonehenge though. Maybe religion can save him.
Well, religion is going to be a big factor, and he's very good at fighting, so I'm not in the clear at any point in this game. He is going to do a lot of damage. I'm hoping to just hold on. Now that he knows I have an academy...
Okay, don't spoil too much. Don't spoil too much.
At this point in the game, I'm basically looking at my wonders. He did Stonehenge, which, was just fine, which kind of got me mad. I'm trying to figure out what I should do by pushing my armies to the right and then maybe moving my settlers to the left.
You don't want to go front? Like, get Grand Mesa? Frontal cities?
There's a happiness problem at the moment, -1. Looking for luxuries to plan on, basically. The only one is the marble in the front.
What's up with... you did back off with the scout. Oh, Did he know that you actually missed that?
Nope. He never saw me there.
So
I
why
could
did
stay
you?
there the whole game.
Yeah, exactly.
But there
Why
was
did you
nothing,
back
just
off?
nothing to do. So I took a chance and I ran away.
Okay, he's picking a Pantheon. I'm just curious what he's gonna pick right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm
Settler
curious
probably is going for the back, right? For the silk?
there's a spices.
Spices. Spices silk. Who cares?
At this point, I'm not really sure what I'm thinking.
Right now? I
as
mean,
a
like,
city plan.
what are you thinking right now? Just joking.
I'm not sure where to plant since I looked at his side of the map, but I mean, it is reversed on my side, so sometimes it's confusing. I'm trying to find the best spots to plant cities in the back. I'm quite disappointed that I never got the furs in my capital. As you can see, there's still 2 of them out of range. So I was contemplating planting right on the horses, where the iron and the stone is.
Messenger of the gods.
And Messenger of the Gods.
Yeah, Messenger of the gods. Well, seems like... Well, what Pantheon did you pick? I forgot.
I believe I took +1 hammers.
Okay.
But I would have to confirm. I am not sure actually.
Because I did miss your Pantheon, which is
I
quite
am
surprising.
on +2 faith, which is uncommon for me. So I might have taken something else. At this point, I just want to hold my military in the middle of the map as much as possible, stop him from building Grand Mesa, which is very tactically important. And since I don't have the happiness to plant the Grand Mesa, I am just trying to hold on to it so he doesn't plant it.
Yeah, it's a perfect choice, Sid Wizard, exactly. Perfect choice there. Well, that holding is now turning into sort of a retreat.
Well, sometimes you have to go back to go forward. So
Yeah. Well, you do have an army advantage, so that's neat. And he doesn't seem to actually be trying to build, like, plant anywhere. Well, depends where that settler is gonna go. But you do have, like, 2 cities advantage soon, so it's kind of neat. Pyramids! Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay. Stone, iron, first.
So I am going to scout the end of the back of the map just to make sure I don't make a mistake on my city plans. I would like to find out where I want to put cities.
You're gonna put... Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering. Well, that settler is going to the back right now. I'm like, he's going to plant on the hill, or between the stone and the hill. Well, iron, stone, and the hill.
At this point, I haven't decided where I'm planting. I just know I need to plant cities, and I'm just slowly looking around and then calculating in my head where I could plant the most efficient spots. You can comment on my city plans so far. What do you think about them?
Well, the first one, I kind of, I don't mind it, though I probably would plant a little bit differently on Nippur, for example, which does not block off too many spots, though. But if I would plant Nippur like that, I would probably go forward, but, I assume you're better than me, and the salt is not improved. What you waiting for?
A worker that got scared from the scout early on. Well, I sort of...
yeah, that scout in the south is scared of... The worker in the south is scared of scouts?
Well, that worker basically went north to Orpus and started chopping forests and never came back down.
Just admit you forgot about the salt.
That's what I'm saying, I forgot about the salt. He had a plan to go there, and all of a sudden he got deviated. But as you can see, Nipper, how it's planted, where my bowmen are standing near the Grand Mesa, does give me a better defensive spot at Grand Mesa. So my plan was to plant there. Now, I went back with my settler because of the happiness that I'm trying to hold on to my gold, which is getting to be a problem. As you can see, horseback +1, and I'm at +2 signs.
Well, I gotta admit, at this stage, since you don't have salt, I mean, like, I would go, instead of pyramids, like 2 settlers right now and plant those 2 Grand Mesas instantly. One left side of the bowman, and the other one behind Grand Mesa in the north. So, yeah, that's -8 happiness, but with the extra gold and the signs, you could fix that. You don't have circuses yet up, and it's probably 100% sure that he's gonna get to Colosseum. So yeah, you're gonna be unhappy for a little bit, but you're gonna control the mid with some extra gold income that will you deny from him. What do you think about that idea?
Yeah, well, I'm sort of under stress. I think it's good. I'm sort of under stress from the military fighting at this point. I'm spending about 80% of my turns just figuring out how to attack and deviate away from his armies. So my city planting is not as efficient as if I had a longer time to think.
Yeah, but I'm like, you're trying to control the mid, but basically you're gonna
Yeah.
lose that control because he's supporting like faster and he's not supporting the front. So you're gonna be pushed off without gaining anything right now.
Yeah, I kind of get lost at this point. I'm trying to do my best for him not to plant Grand Mesa. That's sort of my only goal, and not to plant it myself, but to stop him from planting it.
Oh, he outmoved you so badly right now.
Yeah, he's extremely fast and very well at combat. I do lose quite a few battles against him. This would not be my
Just
first
lost
or
a
last.
bowman for nothing. I wonder if we can at least salvage that and pick off that bowman. You would need to back up with the chariot though, because you're gonna lose the chariot then. Okay, you did change around a little bit with the settling spot. I would plant the hill if I were you.
Oh, see, looking, he's still building bowmen while I'm figuring out where I'm gonna go.
Okay, you did pick off one scout. Nice. But scout for a bowman, not a good trade-off.
And he does have the academy up, and he is
yes, and
his capital.
Yeah, and he's got the science right now. He's got the science. I'm very curious how the next turn is gonna go. A lot of fast moves to do.
Yeah, there's a. Anytime you're playing against Grim, you have to expect that he's gonna outmove you. But I do have confidence in my own abilities, so I do take chances, and I sometimes fail and sometimes I receive. So you'll see a mix of those while this game's running on. But I think I'm doing quite a good job. I'm quite pleased at this point that we do have our army set as a standoff, and that he isn't having any.
Oh, nice move! Gonna cost you a chariot though? No, no. Wow, this turn were yours, really yours. But you can't shoot the spearman though, sadly.
And I think you're talking about the scout that went on.
Yeah, yeah, that was nice.
Ah, look at that. That looks like I got some gold there.
Yeah. Nice. Happiness fixed. One turn of science. Nice. But that was a very good move. I gotta say, that was... And you're gonna plant on the spices. Ah, you changed your mind.
Yeah, I had difficulties figuring out... I was kind of hoping to get more cities in the back since there are pretty good tiles to work. I basically...
Well, I would definitely plant on the hill, though. I would plant on the hill.
Well, the spices are under a jungle. And that is a pain in the ass to work, so you never want to have to cop the jungle down.
Yes, that's true. But you take away like 2 spots in the back.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of switched the idea of not building any more cities in the back and building my cities at Grand Mesa, like you mentioned before.
Finally!
Yes, I kind of got lost on that salt. It kind of pissed me.
Yeah, but it was looking like really bad. But from now it's looking bad from Grim because you managed to stay on control of the mid. Which is quite excellent right now. And you're gonna pick off one bow. Oh, nice. Bowman down and spearman. I gotta say, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna say any nice words to you. I'm just gonna be like.
Thank you.
No, that was nice. I'm like Grim was outmoved at this one.
Yeah. Moving scouts.
Still, you don't have too much time though. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting to you, but. I don't like the idea that you're making pyramids. I mean, like, you have the vision of his capital, he has the vision of yours. You could have easily, like, put 2 turns into those pyramids and just make those settlers and go to the Grand Mesa, so you'd not risk losing that control of the mid. Like, you're so dependent right now of not losing control at mid. If you're gonna lose it, you're gonna be in trouble.
Well, that's what my army is for. It's as long as my army stays at where it's at and I don't lose production, I basically have free reign of when I want to plant it. I don't like being negative. I know he's catching up in science. I do understand that it would be good to not have to look at my population. That's the reason why I'm having really huge problems. As I'm not building settlers, I'm trying to grow my capital, and it's not succeeding.
Scout down. And
I am holding on a pop 3 capital, which is quite bad.
see, the last turn was for you, but this turn that was Grimm's.
Yeah, we switch around to see who has the advantage.
Yeah, but now he's got advantage because he's making pyramids, no settlers, granaries, and he just made a wave of units. So you're gonna lose control of the mid right now, I presume.
Like I said, I try to do my best to hold on to as long as possible, and if I do have troubles, I will be getting more root units coming through.
You are lucky though that he went for the back.
He is playing still on those 3 cities.
Yes, and he's got
he went backwards for the reason why if you go backwards, he couldn't go forward. I am holding on to sacrifice my units to steal the settlers and see how his whole army's in between his cities. He's basically can't leave his capital. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, I like that scout sneaking there in the south. Uh-oh, but he's gonna get spotted.
I love having units in more than just one way of moving. I control vision, and let's see what happens.
If I would be Grim right now, I would just settle on furs. I'm like, seriously, don't hill, just furs. Furs. I'm like, his city placement of capital basically allows him to plant like 3 cities. Yeah. 3 cities, 3 good cities in the back. What the heck?
Top 5.
Doorbell.
Top 5 while I'm not.
Be right back.
Yeah, and he still for people listening, he still has a science lead on me. My gold is getting slightly worse, and his is staying pretty even. With the bigger population capital, he is getting a slight gold lead on me, which is kind of concerning me, even though I planted on luxuries.
Backaro. Oh, you get nice hammer lead though. That's sweet.
It's the extra city. Then at this point,
extra
I am
2 cities.
Yeah, well, extra 2 cities now. So I mean, his army is not moving. I'm kind of interested at why he hasn't pushed towards the middle with his army size.
Maybe he's intimidated by you.
As you can see, my units are hidden behind tiles and on hills. So if any unit moves, I am prepared to bomb. They always try to stay at least 1 turn away, so it doesn't do fast clicks on me. And I just wait and heal. Look at that, pyramids next turn.
Yes, and even less gold per turn.
Good point.
Yeah, good point, huh?
But the hammer count is quite nice. Oh, and he did.
Oh, you got not how it's called, the Palace Pantheon.
God King.
God King, yeah, exactly. Uh-oh, scout in trouble.
Yeah, my scout in trouble. He was smart. He realized that I did flank him again, so this time he was prepared for it with a chariot.
Oh, and you're getting so much flanked right now. Ouch, ouch, oh, chariot down. Oh, see? Now we're talking business.
Merle is not a fun player to play against in any situation.
Grim. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Well, he's crushing me on the military. Now he's taking control of the middle ground. He's going to probably plan to Grand Mesa soon. So I got to worry about that very much.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Pyramids was a mistake, I believe. Seriously, like 3-4 turns into pyramids and boom, 2 settlers into Grand Mesa. I'm like, yeah, you would fall into like minus maybe 4 unhappiness, but who cares about it if you control the mid with 2 very well fortified cities.
The thing about pyramids is it's not just a road builder. It's extremely strong for fixing land.
Yeah, I know that, but still. Okay,
oh,
scout! Nice, you pillage horses. But you lost the unit in the process.
And I got the gold, which
worth
is
it? Yeah, losing units always helps out gold problems. But
I'm
you're getting crushed in the middle right now. It's like getting crushed. And no reinforcements.
So far he's crushing me in a lot of categories.
Well, except hammers. That's the only category you're leading right now. But the problem is you have no reinforcements going. He's controlling the mid, almost. if he would be like that, one spearman could do so much damage. You actually have a camp on that bison. So you can pillage that. And he can actually snatch a worker even. Well, snatching worker? Nah, okay, he can't snatch the worker. But he can spook him.
At this point, I'm just trying to delay him from coming towards my cities as much as possible. I am worried about the army lead, and I do have a hammer lead. So I am trying to get that granary out as quickly as possible, then fix it with future bowmen. We might have missed it, but I deleted my shrine, so I'm back down to 1 faith per turn. At this point, there really isn't any reason to get any faith, since I'm going to lose the religion anyway.
Yep.
And there you go. I see I transferred...
okay, spearman down.
I transferred the horses back to my capital since I'm building stables. So I got 3 horses capital. 3 horses in my capital.
But you're just losing... Oh, he survived! Wow, hero warrior. Okay, 1 horse up. Where's the settler going? But is he having a settler? No, not yet. But it's kind of fun. He's not landlocking the tiles though. No production focus. No micro in cities like that.
We are focused quite heavily on fast clicks on the beginning of the turn, so the details of the of units is kind of secondary now. Of cities are kind of secondary.
No, but you can, well, you know, like a city grows. There's like 2 seconds. You lock the tiles you want, and boom. Man, you do lock the tiles, right?
Most of my tiles do get locked. At one point in the game, I will not pay attention as much as I used the early game. Just I like to concentrate on military fighting, just to make sure that my future 5-6 attacks will come through.
Nice, bowman down and bowman saved. Perfect. But the scout's gonna pay the price. Okay, 1 bowman for a scout.
My scouts are always heroes, so they always die like
wow, again, warrior scoots away, like hero warrior. But you're getting... North is looking very, very troublesome for you though.
Yeah, I am kind of worried he's going to plant Grand Mesa this turn.
Yes, he's going to plant Grand Mesa, definitely. The thing is, I do not understand why he's going forward right now.
His settler is coming out now. This is where it gets interesting. Where does he go with his settler?
Well, it looks like he goes... I mean, like, it seems like he goes to the east side of the Grand Mesa, which is in front of Nippur. I don't agree with that, actually, because he's got so many units, he could easily go north, because it's so much faster to plant north. So if he plants north, he takes away Grand Mesa from you and do what I said you should supposed to do like ages ago. And he's going to plant... Nah, you negative happiness. Who cares about happiness?
But his science is what's the big thing. Look at that. +1 for me, and he's +18, I believe.
You're +7, he's +14 right now.
He's getting horseback riding very soon. So my early academy advantage is dwindling.
Uh-oh! Chariot down. Yeah, oops, Grimmstripper saying, oops! Oh, he got a heal! Yeah, he's gonna survive! Wow!
Now, where does he go with that settler? Where is he thinking? Do you think?
I would imagine he's gonna go behind Grand Mesa, but I could be wrong. Or it's just gonna be the Citrus City now?
His army is quite spread out, so there's no concentration of units for me to fear of any one particular area, and his settler is nowhere near anything, so I'm kind of curious.
It looks like
what he's gonna do.
I think he's gonna go for Citrus, I would imagine. Which gives even more time.
Oh, we saw a quick view of the demographics he was paying attention to.
I did not see it. Oh, we're getting a flank from the north. I like this. Like, this is quite fun on this map that you can so many times in the game actually try to sneak in something. He's getting construction? Construction, yes. Now I know you don't like construction when you're playing Babylon. Elaborate on that, please.
Well, the thing about getting construction is that you get composite boats, which is kind of nice, and you get to have coliseums, which gives you plus more happiness. The problem is that when you're playing Babylon, cheap archers, and they're almost as strong as the composite boatmen in both offense and defense. There really is no reason to get a composite, so it's just a coliseum advantage. So by not having to tag it waste, it saves your science. And you also get to have the advantage of just staying on a cheap unit, which you can easily pump out 1 or 2 turns per city, even though it's small, and just have a military advantage of having units. More flanking, more shots, more heals, more everything. So having 2 small units is always preferable to having 1 strong unit.
Yeah, unless you're going with chariot archers against infantry, huh?
Well, there's a science difference at one point. There's a few units that cause it. Crossbows is also good because crossbows do have a huge advantage on both offense and defense versus most other poor units.
Yeah, but still, 2 composites will kill a crossbow.
But then there you go, the same mathematic works. 2 composites worth it. So as long as there's no more than 1 age difference between units.
Oh, poor units, scout. Hero scout died. Kenny died. Damn it.
All my scouts do eventually die at one point in the game.
I was wondering if you're gonna say that every unit eventually dies in your game.
That was a lucky scout though, because that scout was supposed to have that kill. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he lives on 1 health. But look at that. See my chariot?
Yep, I do.
Always keep units on some sort of flank. So if you do retreat, you do have options of going to quick catch up.
But he's having a chariot right now on your flank too.
Yes, he's quite good at fighting too. So we are going to be trading units for quite a while now, because he is thinking about the same thing.
Phone?
Making sure. So popular this hour. But Grim is holding on to those cities. He is concentrated on those 3 main cities of his, and that 4th city doesn't seem to have many workers, or, well, it has the 1 worker and the 1 connection. But there's no road there yet, so he can't really get many units from it. And this 5th city has basically nothing. It's just a brand new city. He planted near the citrus, like yours thought, and the Grand Mesa is still wide open. So as we wait for yours to come back, I did get a nice fast click on the demographics there, not too long, just because I didn't have much time to look at them very intensely. I'm basically looking at the hammer count to see if how he is, and the armies to see if he keeps building more units. And I did get a nice attack on my horse, which got a kill and a heal. And as you can see, my roads with pyramids is quite helpful at this point. I'm able to move all my units to the front lines without him having any problems moving away. And my general, which is kind of a pain in the ass, because I almost lose it. We'll see if what happens. I flanked his chariot. If there's any questions, you can always post in the chat. I will be trying to answer them. And I am holding on to a large point lead, which doesn't mean too much, but it just shows on to that my extra cities of development that I have to build, and my connections are complete. So all my cities are able to build military units, even though only 4 at the moment are. And I get that settler out. Looks like there's a pause in the game. Not too sure what's going on here.
What do you mean pausing the game? Everything's working fine here.
I'm still says I'm unable to connect. Might have lost your Twitch feed.
Oh, well, refresh. Okay, so what am I seeing? Did I miss anything?
I'm looking at a black screen.
General.
See soon.
Well, I see you're trying to push off Grand Mesa, and he planted the city quite... Yeah, Citrus. He did plant on Citrus, huh? Liberty done. We're gonna pick Great General. No, you gonna pick Engineer? Woohoo! You're actually not decided yet, huh? Great Lib. Ballsy. 2 wonders at the same time. You know, I gotta admit though, you should be punished for what you did, and you did not plant the cities at the start.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that I was able to do better, but at this point, Pyramids probably was a poorer timing, I should say. A little worried that he would build it and I wouldn't. But maybe a settler with a negative half units penalty would have been on the Grand Mesa, would have helped my science out quite significantly. So it would have been better to have it planted sooner.
Yeah. Where's my mouse? Give me back my mouse.
Okay, well then, I got the video back.
Good.
Looks
Welcome
like
back.
Looking fine.
We've got a question from Otanis, if you're following. There we go. Hi. He just asked, what are you taking towards then? I would imagine guilds.
Yeah, that's a classic for me. Since you can't really get
Wow! 30 hammer advantage. You. This is actually looking quite nice for you. I kind of understand why you're risking wonders now. You've got the middle of the map controlled. Huge hammer advantage, and Grim is actually making Great Walls of Babylon at the Shuna.
That's actually a pretty good idea on his part, rushing walls. I know he planted a city there, which gives me the Grand Mesa. So I have control of the map
lead.
again. I am controlling the middle. My pyramid roads are going to the fort. So all my horses, chariots, spearmen, and are all lining up.
Well, I would say
it's a gift.
I would say that if Grim would see what are you at right now with your empire, he would GG right now.
Grim doesn't like the GG. I messaged it on quite a few times in the previous games before this one. He apparently never GGs. So
never.
He's gonna make me. If I do get the win, he's gonna make me work really hard to get it. And if I can hold on his army, well then I will basically won the game. He's just so good that I'm not even sure if I can do it.
Well, I gotta say, those moves in the middle, the control of the mid gave you a huge advantage. I'm like, wow, but that was sort of risky. If you would lose control at the mid and like all your units get slaughtered, you would be in such a terrible shape right now. Oh ho ho, then Grand Mesa City is actually offensive. Nice.
Yeah, well, once I know that he planted the citrus, that there was no point in playing defense. I could play offense, and we'll hopefully do as much damage as I can using the culture board expansion.
Offense.
There really isn't a point to stay back at this point. He is retreating units, looks like, so I'm taking advantage.
Well, I would retreat my units if I would saw 30 hammer advantage. I would be like thinking, uh-oh, time for some miracles.
At this point, science has no more effect of the game. I don't really need any more science. I basically just gonna roll.
Yeah, but mathematics would be cool. You could get like, you know, tradition, hanging gardens.
I was thinking longer term. Look at that, great life, and I
can
have the engineer in my capital.
Yeah.
If you want a mathematics, looks like I might be getting it soon.
with free tech. Uh-oh. What the heck was that? What do you mean, Furo? Oh, Furo showed up. Ah, he lost.
So he's not
He
too
lost,
happy, I'm
right.
assuming, about this, and he's looking at the graphics. Oh, I think that now he basically can only control his part of the map, and I control slightly more than he does, which gives me quite a lot of defense
Slightly.
on my side.
I think he's gonna be like boxed right now. You've got the two city advantage, and he's like boxed right now, and he cannot commit any resources to anything else except troops, which basically you can wear him down eventually, unless you're gonna fight horribly.
And he still has no more than those 3 cities connection. So his 4th city and 5th city have no effect.
You're making one
military-wise.
science. One science, awesome.
Yeah, at this point I don't really care so much in science. I thought it would be more effective if I have Babylon going to crossbows. But
Are you actually thinking like? I just want to ask one slight question. If you're gonna get Great Libe right now, you did not plant a coastal city. Damn it. You could get will you get the Colossus thingy, Iron?
We would need 2 cities and usually pointing towards my capital. So no, look at that. By the way, deleting workers. Trying to get my 1-turn mathematics.
You're not gonna get it though.
1-turn mathematics?
No, you're not gonna get it. It doesn't work like that. I mean, like, people do make that mistake quite a lot. I mean, I don't know if you were aware of that, but gold is counted before the science. So even if you like have minus 36, well, maybe not minus, but you've got minus gold, and you're gonna reroll the turn, you're still gonna lose, like all the science, because you're gonna drop down to 0, you minus 28, and you're still gonna be minus 28 science.
Okay, well, it looks like your science predictions are great, because that's exactly what happens.
Yes.
As far as the military fighting goes, which is for me more important than that, I am trying to get as many shots off that horse that I got killed. Basically, he was a sacrifice horse. And
sacrifice horse.
Yeah,
Tony, the Aztec god of sacrifice.
They gave me a chance to move in all my chariots and bowmen without any resistance. Now, it would be nice to get the worker. I'm not sure what happens. I flanked also through the north, and I'm trying to pick off as much as I can from him at this point.
Yeah, that southern city does not look good. Though I do kind of wonder why your general is at north, not at south. Uh-oh, horseman going down. Is another sacrifice horse.
I have quite a few units that sacrifice, I would say. Which is a polite way of saying that they went probably the wrong spot.
Sacrifice horse.
That one seems to be a little trouble there.
A little bit. He can't get away. He's gonna die.
The goal of going through this, just because I want to go burn that salt as much as possible. I like to burn as many tiles as I can, just to get more science. And if you can
but
see,
we still
we
did
mathematics for both of us, and looks like Grimm's gonna get first.
Yes, and he's gonna go more text, but at this point it really doesn't matter though what text he could possibly take. Especially that you still don't have Colosseum, so it means like you're gonna pump out bowmans probably. Why are you deleting units? It's not gonna save you. It's not gonna save you. You're never gonna get mathematics,
he's doing
right?
a last second moves on me there.
Oh, bam! Wow, nice. Somebody's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm trying to delete that worker as much as possible.
See, one turn, almost done. Well, you're making +4 science thanks to the failures in the front line, so you're gonna get mathematics, possibly. Applying pressure, good stuff. Spearman down for a horsey, for 2. Nah, that horsey is backed up though. Oh, nice. Well, you do miss a capturing union in south though. Is that intentional?
I'm looking at delays, so give me a second. Which capture unit?
In south, you don't have a capture unit to get the southern
you mean
city.
there's no melee unit to take the city?
Yes.
Yeah, I had the 2 horses kind of plan on that. Didn't work out as well as I expected.
Maybe next time just do not sacrifice horses.
He did have a few more units that I believe, and it's not always easy to predict what unit he has at what spot. So sometimes you take chances. I did get what I wanted, which is I got all my units around that city, and I am bombing it, which is kind of what I had planned. You would rather him bomb melee units mostly than to keep your our archer units to have on the city. I have position. He can't move, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
This war did cost me quite a bit.
He actually do not have Colosseums yet. Non-compos yet. Currency. Well, if he's gonna finish that walls there and you're not gonna get that city in like 2 or 3 turns, you're not gonna get it now.
Well, it's already dead, so the walls have very little effect.
Yeah, but you can still pick off your units.
Babylon
Oh, nice
walls
heal.
do heal. They do heal faster, so that probably would help him.
Oh, mine. Bam. No movement in the north front though. Either from you, either from him. Uh-oh. Yes, no. Compass. Bowman. Run away. Bowman down.
You gotta. I always try to cycle units as much as possible. It's basically moving a unit over.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Phew. Zone of control. Okay, I always like when I see somebody like leaving a general unprotected, I'm like, no.
And currency. I can pick off his unit as much as I can.
You finally got mathematics. Good job. So Petra in LSR.
Petra in LSR. Probably not.
So what are you saving? What's your intention about the Great Engineer though? Because he is sitting there costing you gold.
Yeah. At this point, the engineer.
You did go for construction.
And I don't like him.
You don't go for construction. Hoo-hoo.
Yeah, I thought about it. I thought, but it's just not.
He's gonna snipe off the scout though. I'm like, that city's gonna have walls now. He's gonna like one-shot your scout. No, he's actually not one-shotting. Whoa! Wow, those walls are amazing. That city went up to like gazillion of health right now.
Yeah, Babylon is very strong on walls. I overestimated my attack here.
Yeah, see, this is what I told you. If you miss it, you're not gonna take it, and you're not gonna take it right now. No way.
I'm probably not gonna take it at all.
And the city at north is like Great Wall too. Well, a Great Wall, what I was saying, but the walls are there too. So.
But I am burning his tiles slowly, and I do still have units on his side. He is playing defense while I am playing offense. My hammer count is compensating for my excess units loss. So even though things are not working as smoothly, you can't expect to work so smoothly.
Kind of smoothly. Well, yeah, I would say actually that this attack is failing slowly.
Yeah, I would say the same. And you're right. But as you can see, I regrouped in the north as well. So I mean, no matter what.
Well, for now you're looking like let's pillage some tiles and waste all the units to pillage some tiles. Hopefully, you're gonna pick off some units in the process.
Well, he doesn't have an army advantage over me. He does get the religion.
Yeah, but you're standing in a city with Great Babylonian Wall.
With pagodas? Is he really thinking about pagodas? Are you kidding me? At this point in the game, pagodas? That's a mistake.
Well, what would you choose?
Well, if I'm lucky enough to get currency, I would go +2 production for specialists because that is the best. You get extra gold, extra hammers. It's like working a free tile.
Yeah. But you still need to get the monuments. And I think in this situation, he really does not think about building monuments right now. And I assume he will not be thinking about building monuments whatsoever in this game.
Yeah, and look at that. See, I got construction +3. I'm holding on to some gold. And I am in a 1-turn golden age left. So my golden
so
age
no more science. No construction this game, huh?
And production is going to be dropping.
No construction this game. Scout dies. Oh, hero scout. And now chariot dies. 1 pillage off. Scout. Salt is there. Horse is safe. No, he's not safe. How did you pick? Chariot in the south. Right. Nice one.
And he has a lot of fast clicks on me in this turn. And I'm like, most
good
turns.
blocker there. Well, I gotta admit though, I'm kind of interested about your strategy right now because you're just trying to pillage the land, right? You know that you don't have a possibility. Okay.
Yeah, that bottom city was a fail, and once that city falls, the north city would have been mine. because I would basically be able to cut off his reinforcements and then just go straight to that north city with all my units.
So what, you're trying to just like break through with the units from the north to the south right now to reinforce the...
I sent my units beginning in the north city just to make sure that he doesn't send his whole army south to protect that city. Once I was able to get through his defensive line in the south, I was hoping to take the city, which he actually got my melee units, and it was a fail. So I sent the units back to the north to do the re-thing it back, so he would send his army back to the north and to re-attack the south.
Art of War. You know what I'm gonna say right now?
Yes.
Are you keeping your general out of the range to help out your units?
It's safer that way, probably, and he basically holds on to the northern protection. There's not much. I don't want to lose that north spot, and if I do push him in the south, and he does get through my army in the south, I don't want my general to be affected. I'm not too concerned about the 20% bonus, since it's not a question of how much I can damage that city at this point. I can basically do enough damage, but he has units, and the units I would bomb would be out of range of the 20%. I wouldn't put my general on the front lines, so there wasn't really that much of an effect. I'm kind of getting the citadel weighted, basically.
Okay, I'm one turn ahead. One thing I don't like though, you did start off with fast clicks from a fully healed chariot instead of the wounded one. I mean, like, it's quite reasonable that he's gonna start off by picking the wounded one.
No, that's possible. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm just still trying to get position on him. He is stopping me from flanking in most directions, and he's trying to block off me from getting that salt again.
You're basically not in good shape right now.
Well, he's still on defense. I'm still on offense, so in the
Liberty.
overall sense, it's fine.
Grim just finished Liberty.
I also cancelled the construction at this point, and I'm going on guilds.
Woohoo! So macho. Maybe someday in the next game.
Well, the problem with Machu is that I realized I didn't plant any cities on mountains, and the only one I have is Machu, which doesn't count for Machu Picchu.
No? Okay.
No, it only counts for observatories. So Machu Picchu is kind of limited until that mountain in the back. Now I could probably sell buildings and units to buy it, but it doesn't seem to be too worthy. So that engineer is kind of a missed choice from my part.
He's gonna take engineer? No, Grim. Seriously? No? Profit? Wow.
Wow, he takes a profit, really? Wow.
No, he took engineer. What?
Okay. A profit for the Defender of the Faith would be a really strong thing to do.
Yeah.
Defender of the Faith is an amazing ability with religion. So if you are able to have a first religion before the engineer comes out, that is a really strong choice.
I don't understand his choice right now with the Great Engineer, really.
Engineer at this point is probably the worst choice because there is no wonders to build, and there's unlikely to get the guilds. Oh, but he might be getting Petra though. We'll see. On this map, it's not very strong. Okay, see now I have at Salt, I am burning the roads to his city connections. It's gonna cut down your happiness with Liberty, so it makes them happy, makes them left gold.
Yeah. -4 penalty right now.
And it holds on to my signs.
He's gonna block you off now. Oh, horseman sacrifice. I got another horseman sacrifice. Come on.
I do like.
I'm not saying about you. I'm not saying about you. That was Grimm's sacrifice.
I see. I was able to get another horse through and go cut off his roads from a different direction. I know those 3 primal cities are what is basically army base is coming up from, so if I remove the roads, I basically remove the armies. So sacrificing 1 unit to chop off a road in my count works out very well mathematically. Sometimes it doesn't work if he's able to repair it quickly enough, but since I do have pyramids, it does take him a while to go back around. A lot faster than if he didn't have pyramids. And that engineer, where's he going with it? Oh, he's gonna plant it?
Very, very strange. That general has no way to go from the north. This city in the south, those walls, I mean, like, man.
Yeah,
those walls are like
quite difficult, and the city in the north is even stronger.
Yeah, but you don't need city in the north, probably.
Yeah, Well, my goal in that city north is I burnt all the tiles, I destroyed the roads on both hexes, so he can't reinforce and he can't rebuild it. So that city for me is a dead city spot right now. There's no reason for me to go attack it anymore. So I'm concentrating on to the middle ground and taking that city back in the south. So that city does have half-life. I am bombing it constantly just to
Well, it
hold on.
looked like you should do it eventually.
Well, my roads are done. My general is back in the south where it should have been in the first place, apparently, to yours is. And look at where the other general is of Grimmstripper. It's all
Yeah, I
in the
know,
north.
north. Yeah, I know.
So I do have the advantage of the 20% on the bomb right now, and I am concentrating 100% of my action to take that city. And the demographics are my favorite.
Oh, fast click there.
There's basically a fast click on every turn.
Chariot down. Bam. Well, you're still putting sacrifices there. Oh,
Yep.
You just lost 2 chariots though. Ugh.
He does like last second moves and early moves.
Well, but
on
you
me.
got reinforcements. He's waving reinforcements gonna be the next turn,
his
basically.
units are still in the south, in the north. I'm sorry, and as you can see, he's putting units on that north city, which I have completely abandoned, and I have no reinforcements. So my production for the bottom attack is a lot higher than he is, and I'm still building roads. But he is taking me off quite a few times, which is getting to be painful since he has all the factors.
Guilds, go guilds. Great Babylon walls. What a lovely building. I actually did not know that the city heals more with them. I know they deal more
Yes.
damage, but I didn't know about the healing part.
It's a combination of crushing, yes, which is very ineffectively usually in the FFA games, but these sort of duels, Babylon is a big favorite usually.
So if I ever pick Babylon in a teamer, you're not gonna like rage on me when I'm gonna build walls in the front city?
Babylon and Teamer has very little actual benefit since most teamers share units, so the Archer aren't that great since most people would like to have composites. And since the Academy is split 3 ways, it's very small bonus. The walls do still last till the end of the game, but usually in teamers, if you're playing on defense, you're playing to lose. Walls is a very defensive building, not an offensive building, so I don't recommend in teamers. If you're planning on just holding on to walls, well then you're holding on to lose.
Could this be the turn? Could this be the turn?
He does take off all my melee units as fast as I can build them.
Well, why do you keep that damn horseman in the front?
Probably because I didn't really expect him to do that much damage, and he constantly keeps doing it. I would like to be able to take off that back spot with a horse burning of roads, so he can never attack me again, and it would guarantee my defense, but he takes me off every single time.
He still did not upgrade Citrus though.
Well, as pointed out, he has a city with no luxury, yeah. So that city was basically a poor plant for him.
Yeah, I would plant on the Citrus. If he went there, I would plant on the Citrus.
What do you think about this
you can't plant on the Citrus. The Citadel plant, I don't like it. I don't like it because most probably he will lose the city. Well, kind of lose the city. Okay, he's gonna lose the city, but there's not gonna be walls of Babylon when you're gonna take it. So maybe he counts on actually taking it back, which I highly doubt right now. You should back off the horse, though. Come on, back off that damn horse.
It's stopping him from flanking my archers with his horse.
Yeah, but you would like take the city.
Position is more important at this point, since I'm trying to get a melee unit towards the front and hold on to it at the same time.
Okay, you just moved the horse. Good.
Well, I don't want to get damage from the Citadel either, so I'll
Well,
wait till the end of the turn.
Getting the damage right now. Do you have any shots left? No. You can't take it? No. This is gonna be such an emotional.
Kind of wish I could see the video as fast as you could. This delay is stressful. I don't know what's going to happen exactly.
The horseman is gonna die, and it's dead.
He's very good at that. I don't do very well. My fast clicks are not as fast against Grim as would it be somebody else.
See, but basically this is again the situation. If you back up the horse, you could take the city this turn, and now not only you lost the horse, you don't have the city, and exactly happened what you was afraid that's gonna happen, and he's gonna get, well, not sort of a flank yet, but you did lose the middle, so
Yeah, I do lose.
it's like mathematically was not that great of an idea.
No, it didn't work out exactly as I hoped, of course. He does have quite an advantage with his horses over mine, since he is flanking me and I am having difficulties going around that city with melee units. That water spot is quite helpful for him. Usually I would just leave a unit to the south underneath the chariots and then just cycle my units. But since that water spot is blocking me, I've been trying to circle through the north and it's been a complete failure. So I should have had a horse go through the south, just around the ice and around the water, and just hold on to there, and I would be able to take that city a lot sooner. It is a mistake on my part, so it's something to learn about in the future.
Vitamienti, it's going to be best of 3, so this is the first game. Corm, maybe you could add the title, best of 3 or something like that, to the stream name. That would
So
be
now
awesome.
I have double generals in that city spot, and so does he. He has one citadel plan. It is getting me frustrated though, since I can't get through though.
You still got 20 hammers lead though, and he is in the golden age, okay?
Oh, that's good to know.
Good to know. That's quite important, I would say.
I'm leading in all the categories, except for crop and army maybe. I didn't get to see the second one.
Yeah, too fast. Okay. Oh my god.
I'm
sorry.
only looking at a couple things. Science-wise, I am still holding on to 32 science, and we're both working guilds, by the way.
Yup.
At this point, it is quite crazy on just thinking of what to do.
Oh, you. Oh wow, that was like super risky. I'm like super risky with the general. Why would you do that?
Sometimes you gotta take risks to win games.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get a horseman in the back and general. Damn it, general. Car, I don't know if you know that, but your messages are seen in the screen.
Yeah,
I can't fix it. I kind of don't understand why did you plant that general though.
I just wanted to cut the forest down. At least I steal his citadel in case I wanted to flank a unit and then hold on for 30 health. It also helps me when I do take the city, that I will be able to hold it.
I gotta admit though, like, your momentum is... You're losing the momentum basically right now. I'm like, sitting in front of that city is costing you so much. They're like, oof.
Grim is doing an extremely good job at defending. It is getting at this point my hands are shaking.
Or maybe you're doing a very poor job at attacking.
Yeah, it was a fail from the beginning since I did not put a horse through the south. And as you can see, my favorite unit is quite absent, which is quite annoying for me. I usually do like to have a scout that's lying around somewhere, and I don't. So I do blame myself for not building scouts. But as you can see, that I am fixing my error quite soon.
Yeah, hopefully, but if he's gonna surround the city from the north, he's still not gonna take it, and you're gonna lose tons of units while doing so. I believe he will not take the city this next turn, or the next one.
I do take the city, but
he's gonna retake it. He's got so much troops right now.
But my hammer count is saving me right now. I am holding on to hammers. His city is still burning. He hasn't fixed all those roads yet. His connection is still terrible, and the science is back to even.
Big turn next turn. Big turn next turn. Heal. Yeah, you got the heal. Nice. Shot. Scout into position. No, he blocked off. See? Uh-oh. No. Horseman. In range. No, he's blocking off. See? I told you you're not gonna take the city. Psychic.
Yeah, he does get my scout quite easily. It was a mistake as well. I am
still that horseman was a mistake. I mean, like, You don't want to sacrifice, be like the sacrificial god right now, and you just make him a road to flank you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I noticed that too. I didn't like that as well. At this point, Grim has all the momentum. Even though I'm still in his land, I am quite displeased with my fighting.
This is retreat. Retreat.
And I think it's time for Grim to start crushing me.
Retreat. Tony, run.
Yes, Tony is running.
Tony's running.
And
how it's called in English? I'm like, I don't know. It's called tactical retreat or something like that, right?
Well, when I do it, the tactical retreat. When somebody else does it, it's surrender. I usually call it just regrouping. I don't like this word retreat. It sounds defensive. At this point, he is taking the lead on me, even though I do have some div graphics. I never got the salt village.
Maybe you should oil. Maybe you should oil your mouse at this point of the game. Maybe something is wrong with the mechanics there.
I am fighting versus Grimmstripper, and this is not just anybody.
Yeah, but you're doing so well at the start of the game, out positioning him, out clicking him, and now it's like
Mr. Grimm starts crushing me.
Yeah, so. He's warming up, huh?
Well, the science, as you can see, is back to even. His guilds is doing very well.
Well, in 2 turns, he's gonna lose the Golden Age, though, so you might come back from this. We still have a hammer advantage, but you should back off. And that general is in such a horrible spot. Oh, I'm afraid about the general. 3 times trying to shoot the horse. Good stuff. Oh, wow, almost. He missed like 1 shot, and you did nothing. Was not even afraid of it. Wow.
So he is coming through now. This is like he's flanking me. It's the opposite.
It's not gonna work now.
The general was basically getting crushed. The horse was just useless.
Lucky.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot more damage than I even getting anything through. I basically had a complete mess up at this turn. Stress is quite heavy in these games. He is going through everywhere. I didn't get. He's
still sitting on a great engineer. I have no idea what his plan. I'm like, seriously, guilds?
Yeah, we're both working on guilds. It's pretty standard just to get crossbows. Nobody can get great light crossbows, but great light crossbows is like the ultimate.
Well, there's good news though. You did free up some gold for science.
That does help. That's probably by flat. See, I always have a positive.
Yeah, always have a positive. Oh my goodness!
That city plant was not horribly placed defensively. It is hard to get around him. It was a mistake early on not to put a horse just holding on to the south and to just go through. But I regret that quite considerably. I am holding on a bunch of chariots, which he can't damage me too fast, but he is crushing me with a flank, so that my city is now very vulnerable from his attacking. And you can see on both screens, I don't have reinforcements coming really. He does have an army in lead, and he is gonna do a lot more damage.
Go Grim! Go Grim! Go Grim!
He's crushing me, and he's gonna start killing all my units now.
Well, you're not backing up still. I'm like, you're just like so relentlessly staying in front of his city.
No giving up. No retreat.
Oh! Yeah, there we go. Down. Go. Burning? Why would you burn that city?
Oh, and this is where this is what you do is a cycle unit. You put a military unit in front that can take hits. He bombs that unit, and you just cycle a horse. This is what I was trying to do, but I could never get position on him. This turn, he made a tactical mistake by not holding the citadel. My horse was able to go through, which is what I was trying to do in the first place. Now I do own this city, which, as yours pointed out, and I may not have a military advantage, but now I have position since I had the city.
Yeah, but you're burning it.
Well, burning the city is probably part of my plan.
Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be able to take it though. If you can snipe off 1 chariot, well.
He has roads. Any melee unit could take that city in 1 second. He has enough to damage it. The city's already burning because, well, the city's no life left.
I don't like the idea.
You have to worry also about the citadels, which is what my plan was. If I do lose the city, I have to burn it, and I'm quite worried that I might lose it. So I am gonna burn it, and I don't think it's a negative. Look at my happiness.
Yeah, that's true, but still.
-7.
Nah, no problem.
Can't hold on to a -7 in a war where I'm losing. It's gonna
Why?
start crushing me soon, so you gotta worry about that. Demographics are quite on my favor. There's no denying that. The difficulty setting is usually on Prince just because it has no effect on anything. You don't want to go too easy to Settler since you get the bonus of happiness, and you don't want to go to Deity since the bonus of negative happiness. So from anywhere between I think it's the second level to the Emperor difficulty is pretty much the same, or in maybe the Immortal one. Oh, look at those attacks on him. Oof. The city's burnt, but those attacks he's been doing are quite deadly.
If you could get some gold, you could buy the Citadel.
I'm thinking about it.
Ooh, 7k.
Both in game and out game. See how those bowmen are basically archers? With a fortification bonus, they're extremely difficult to kill. They're just such a strong unit having bowmen. His horses basically do very little damage to me. I can just sit there fortified 40% and then just take hits as much as I want. He can't do much to block me. So I can just hold on to the end of the turn. Most of my archer shots should be at the end of the turn and then automatically refortify at the beginning. In a perfect situation, I would be doing that, but against Grim, since he's such a fast clicker, he's been getting a lot of kills since none of my units are fortified. And I'm having difficulties controlling what I want to build, so I am clicking.
Well, you do have an army advantage right now, though. So
it's a small one.
A small one, but good.
And with the city burnt down to the ground, he cannot flank me to the south. My units can now focus 100% on bombing his units, which they weren't able to do before. So it is freeing up all those chariots.
2 bowmen down. Ah, wow.
I'm commenting on the guilds, him being faster than me.
Yeah, you could move 2 chariots and pick up that horse, though. Well, not now.
I have to bomb the horse.
Yeah, there's another sacrificial horse in the north.
Almost my units are sacrificed yours.
Yes.
If you die of age, you die of Fordley. I do like burning land though. Especially iron tiles. And I did steal a worker, as you noticed.
Yes. But I just don't pay attention to sacrifices horses. Animal rights.
Well, I kind of like horse meat, so maybe they die just to eat them.
Yeah, exactly, Vitamientie. Basically, the problem with Observer mode is you can see the map, you can see the units, but you have no knowledge of the demographic screen. You don't know who's first, who's last.
The final is live, so
you have
we
also
will be
no.
seeing this quite differently. We just haven't figured out who's in the finals yet. We don't know who's playing who. Once we figure that part out, we'll be able to stream the last game.
And basically, you don't have vision of social policies. You don't know any diplomacy screens.
3 horses,
and no
and
social policies.
And there's an spearman coming up.
The horsemen in the north did not do anything, but I guess you focus on the
I saw the worker.
south.
Sold the worker and I burnt the tile, which is the iron, which is stopping him from production. But it's not great when he gets to just shoot whenever he wants. The south was completely open since he was focusing the north, so I was able to get my clicks in.
Well, it doesn't seem he will be able to replant the frontal city though, and he's got a little units left though.
Yeah.
So defense mode. Defense mode.
A sacrifice, and his engineer is just running around in the back. Oh my god, I didn't notice that.
Yep. Nice hammer lead there.
I wouldn't say it's a sacrifice horse, but it was a distraction horse. If you could say
Which
nicely.
means, you know, like
Which
a suicide distraction mission.
I get my my clicks in the south while he's bother on the
No,
board.
Fura, they do not
Now,
deal
if I was
damage.
faster collector, I probably would have made a bigger effort of saving that horse so that I can run away. But since I really basically abandoned him, I just didn't really care so much. I'm concentrating on holding those citadels.
Fura, you get the defensive bonus, but neutral citadels do not deal damage.
At this point, I'm still able to build scouts. That city in the front lines for me, the Grand Mesa, is just going to be building scouts. I always love building scouts, and Pop 1 cities can't build very much.
Scout. I actually like scouts. I kind of love that. You learn me that because scouts are just awesome.
Yeah, from the beginning of the game till the industrial era, I'm basically non-stop building scouts.
We've got an engineer scout. I don't know what he's doing there though.
That he never planted his engineer.
Yes.
That was a waste of a great person.
Maybe he's just helping for. Well, he's got the happiness. He's probably gonna put that settler in the back. So he's just going for with the engineer to make a macho instantly, as soon as he's gonna get that. Help out with the gold. Maybe hope for crossbows eventually. So probably his plan right now is like to defend, get some gold advantage, and hope to crush you with crossbows. In God knows how many times.
And he does get kills that turn too.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. And settler is going to the back. He's got the happiness. He's still growing, and he's still gonna grow. So.
Yeah, so he's not, even though he lost that one city, which was giving him a negative happy penalty, he is going to replace it with a gold bonus. So there isn't that much negative except losing a position.
Yes, losing army, and he still got hammer disadvantage, so.
And I couldn't hold on to the city because of my negative penalty. Negative penalty affects your building, armies, happiness, everything basically. So having a huge negative disadvantage versus somebody is disastrous in military fighting. Since the penalty works on both ways, you try to not be too negative.
Tony, I'm gonna stop the play for a second. I'm getting a next phone call, and I don't want to miss the ending of the game. I'll be right back. Be right back, or not be right back.
So if anybody has any questions directly related to the my play, I'd be happy to answer.
Okay, be right back, like in 3 minutes.
It's not about the last owner, it's just about the person sitting in it. So whoever sits in the city is fine. Like my bowman is quite defensive right there. So I can sit in that tile and take for 40% border bonus plus the 100% city bonus and then not die from any unit. I am concentrating on holding that tile. And when you have a chance to hold on to citadels, you should. If I do collect it in my city, it would be a big bonus for me. So losing out on Machu Picchu isn't really my thought process right now, since I am no longer be able to get guilds. If you have any comments or even criticism of my style and or Grim, or a prediction of who's going to win this game, you can just post it and we'll see what develops. Well, horses are very effective, and I've been playing quite poorly with them so far. Since I do have a Babylon advantage with the fortification bonus on the bowman, I do enjoy bowmans. I would like to usually hold on to 2-3 horses. You're quite right. But as yours pointed out, I'm quite poor with them in this game. So my chariots have taken very little damage. I've been Hua, and I do always replace scouts. So I would like to have horses, but in perfect situation. Most of the time, his capital is right out next to me. When the horses are flanking units in most games, I will try to run around the map and burn tiles, roads, and stuff. I don't really need to burn too much this game left. So if I can just send a huge army and then just flank them from all directions, the amount of units, you'd rather have a bowman. It's a cheaper unit plus fortification defense. The important thing was that those citadels for me were such a big thing. It loses him a general and gains me one, and we're still holding on to our own original general. I also own Mausoleum, which gives me 100 gold a turn every time I plant a general. Hopefully Mr. Yours will be soon, so we can play back and see what happens next. Just not to have too much dead air here, I'll leave you a comment that duels are a lot about holding on to ground. So once you start losing ground, it is difficult to make it back. He did lose the whole south, and his capital is very vulnerable through the south. That north city has is stopping me from going to the north. So if he can hold on to that south and then counter, he's able to push onto my pop one city. He could technically redo the same thing I did to him, and then re-push towards my capital. My capital still has the 2 defensive spots, which is my 2 front cities. I placed them in a situation where I do get luxuries and resources, and at the same time stop him from flanking those spots. You would like to have your capital defended as much as possible.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, the inflection advantage helped. The early academy helped quite a bit since I was able to get the luxuries up faster, which can make me more growth earlier on, and then that just compounded on the hammers. But he did come back really strong on science and gold. His religion is crushing me with the Stonehenge. So at this point, I'm just holding on to military position, and that's basically the only advantage in production.
And you were laughing about pagoda, but he's gonna buy a pagoda soon.
Yeah, he's far from dead at this point. He's quite confident in his ability. I only control one section of the map. He does own most of his own land still. I was quite unhappy that he does go get Machu Picchu. And look at that tech he's getting, by the way. See that?
Yep.
He has more signs coming up.
Yep. As I said, he's aiming for crossbow right now, defensive until crossbows. And I don't agree for, I mean, like, Akkad, this city has no walls of Babylon still, so with walls it will be like 24 or so combat strength city. With actually not that many tiles that you can shoot it from, so...
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard.
He's not any fear of me so far, and rightly so. Grimmstripper does not fear any opponent in a duel. So, he's quite confident that he's still going to come win this game, and I am having problems getting through, so I don't expect them to be too scared right now.
Grim, no fear. The only thing that is maybe a tiny little bit worrisome for him, the salt is quite exposed, but then again you would need to sacrifice a lot of units to get that salt, and he can get such a nice concave. I mean, like, I like his defensive spot right now. Maybe the frontal city, I don't know why did he plant it, maybe just try it, but if he did not plant it and like plant in the back, he would maybe actually be in a better shape right now, because this defensive situation he's got right now is like really awesome. Like, stepping into that, you need generals to step inside his land. Without generals, you will not break it.
He regrouped, destroyed his own roads from that city spot as well. So he is quite comfortably on the defensive position at his capital. That north city, if I do get a flank, or if it's possible to flank him by burning the roads at the capital, those 2 north cities are vulnerable. He does have walls, and then the walls of Babylon are very strong, guys. If you haven't noticed, that it is very difficult to go through with just bowmen. But it is vulnerable for chariots, and I can get a lot of chariots there.
We shall see if we're gonna actually do it. For now, your chariots are sitting in the south doing nothing.
Well, some of my units are getting crushed, and I'm watching him crush me.
How does it feel looking at somebody crushes you?
I was to be expected. Grimmstripper is a better fighter, fast clicker, and he's extremely talented. So I expected in most parts to lose. On the military front. My strategy in this game, since I did have the fast science, was just to hold on to the basically an offensive posture. I'm quite good at just making sure
Defensive
people
posture.
making people panic in their own lands. A lot of
You-
duels are won by panic. People overexpend their armies to the front, and then they just like lose it all. So if I can just hold on my army on the front lines, he will be in a panic mode, and he might make mistakes.
I like
So
that
basic-
flank, that chariot. Well, you're
that's-
20 seconds behind. Yeah.
That's
You're
what
just
I told
getting
you.
a chariot flank there.
When I get an opening somewhere, I'll probably squeeze a unit through.
Yeah, you got like double army right now.
I'm basically spreading out his armies as much as I can, since you don't want him to concentrate his armies. Sun Tzu explained to you, you want people to have their armies all spread out. So, if you ever read the God of War, smaller armies can be defeated bigger armies.
God of War or Art of War?
I'm sorry, you pardon me. Art of War.
Yeah, Art of War. Have you read it?
Yes, I have. A long time ago, but I have.
Well, you know what? You just impressed me.
I also criticized it, and I found a couple things wrong, I believe. But that's probably because of the time difference between when it was written.
Yes, of course.
But I recommend it to everybody.
TonyTheBum, Art of War.
Quite schooled in military combats, just not in fast clicking. I am also quite experienced in Civ teamers. I've been playing them for a long time. Most Civ teamers are organized by general, which I do enjoy playing as well, and just organizing my teammates as units. We do share armies, and if you play as a team, you do win most games.
Why is he not making composites? Because he intends to defend with the cities, basically. So he's got 3 chariots right now. Well, 4 chariots he's gonna have, and he's a tiny little bit afraid about the horses in the south because he cannot control that. So he's gonna make a couple of spearmen just to block off the passages for a second, and then we shall see what's gonna come next. Probably composites.
Well, he sent his whole army north, like he expected me to take that city, which is just logical reasoning. I do have the advantage of burning any tile I want. I can get through. If I destroy the spearman on the salt, which is his only defensive unit, I can go through anywhere I want, like I did previously by destroying those roads. So he has to hold his army in the north, which gives me a chance to go through the south and then plant and burn tiles, like I always seem to do. Now that academy, as you can see, is quite vulnerable right now, just to get burnt. So that would reduce his abilities to get engineering out. He's gonna do as much as he can. His army is quite spread out, while my army on my screen is lined up to the front lines.
Chariots are better. Chariots are better for in this situation. He needs to defend on 2 flanks, basically. So composite moving from south to north will not be able to shoot, and a chariot will be able to move from south to the north and still shoot over the roads. So I kind of agree with his choice of units, and on top of that, chariots are just cheaper. So.
So he was prepared to defend the horses, and he has a chariot going around, flank if I ever try to flank that horse tile. He's spreading out his units all over the place, and I'm just waiting at this point and positioning myself. As you can see, I am not afraid to build a new city on the front line.
Nice comment there on concrete cone. He says that Sun Tzu has some stuff to learn from you. Actually, a lot of stuff to learn from you. Oh, market. I'm seeing a market in Babylon, Statue of Zeus. You're not committing too much. Market will not save your gold, though. I'm like, why would you build a market in this situation, actually?
Probably gonna change it. What turn? How many turns is it?
1 turn left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just a mistake. It's more of a long-term planning, so hopefully I will get guilds. But
long-term planning.
I'm not too confident in taking this capital right now. I don't really have any plans on taking it. I'm still looking for soft targets and land burning. Trying to control the production, which means I have to make him lose more units than I lose.
Okay, for now the plan is not working well.
No, I'm still gaining an offensive position, which usually costs units, but you don't want to waste too many units getting an offensive position on him. So he's quite comfortable in this little, even though he's losing land, quite comfortable losing position on me. But as you can see, that 1 spearman in the north on the salt is defending his 2 north cities. That's the only units that's there. He has fixed all that land, so it's more tiles for me to go burn.
We shall see how that will work out, though. Oh, chariot in the north, good stuff. More horses. Hello, Iron.
And as you can see, most people will play with lined up units. It stops flanking, it stops the fortification bonuses. Basically, you have to put your units in a straight line. If you can, every tile, like he has there, it just is very well defensive. So if you leave holes, people can move last second on you. And like
Nice
I see,
scout there.
burning more land.
Nice move there. Chariot down, though. Did get the pillage. Not gonna help you too much with the science, though.
It's not so much of science, it's to slow his production down as much as possible at this point.
Okay, another chariot loss. No.
See, now he finally moved off to salt, which is a disastrous move for him.
Yes, that's horrible. That's horrible.
That is a very big game changer for me. I haven't noticed it yet, but I will soon. And once you moved off that salt, which
there
is
we
the
go. You've
most
noticed right
important
now.
tile
Yes, he shouldn't ever move from that salt. That was a huge mistake on his part.
Now I can rebuild those roads, and I do have quite a lot of chariot units that can just rush through those salt and go right through. And there's that salt. Bye bye. Now burning the salt doesn't seem to be too much of an effect since it's still.
Well, actually, it is. No, he's got -1, and he wanted to plant the city. It's kind of big.
Okay, there you go. I just saw them delay. So there's a -1 now. So there's the engineer in that city in the back, just sitting, wasting gold.
Not only an engineer, a settler. Now he's got a tough nut to crack, basically, because he wants that city, but he don't want the penalty at combat. That was a very good move there.
Yeah, always try to destroy luxuries if you ever can, especially in duels. In FFA games, they're not as important since you get +20s, but in duels, when the happiness is such a crucial part, it destroys production, all your units become weaker, and then you have a huge advantage. So if you can burn 2-3 tiles, it's pretty close to GG. Now, lucky for him, he planted on luxuries like I do, and I can't burn too much. And if you do get a chance, always put cities in front of luxuries, like he did the citrus city. And he is still comfortable in defense with that capital.
I don't think it's... Yeah, capital, yes, but he's getting flanked right now quite bad.
Yeah. When he left that experiment, he left me open to go through the north. And I still have free range in the south. I do have a military advantage over him. So my workers are going through it. And he's bombing.
I would so much love to like press F9 right now to see demographics.
I'm leading everything.
I imagine, but still, I want to know the numbers.
He has a science advantage.
No, it's too fast. We need to pause the video and resync it again. Don't want to do that.
No, he has a... I have the lead and everything.
I just wonder if he's gonna plant that city. Like, plant or not plant? He's gonna He's probably gonna plant it next turn, though. He's gonna get a Colosseum, so he's gonna drop down to -2 when he plants. I would imagine he's gonna do it.
Completely oblivious to this whole settler engineer in the back. I have no idea he's doing this. I have no idea he concentrated his mental ability.
You just said lag. What that means? What did you just do? Ah, you lost the salt tile. Okay. I wonder what's gonna be. It's gonna be another sacrificial horse.
I think we start lagging like that. Just like it's a 5-second delay or something between units.
There we go. Machu, bam.
Yeah, see, we're both having lag problems. I blame him because I don't usually lag at all. And I think I look at the TonyTheBum 3.8 seconds. Yeah, there's a little delay right now. We are facing, and he did get Machu Picchu.
Yes, and he's still positive thanks to salt. It's gonna be +2 next turn. That salt is such a crucial tile for you to burn.
Yeah, I've been trying to control that salt since I found it at the beginning of the game. Everything I could is basically invested to get that salt. My salt is quite very nice in the back. I have no pressure from him, so my cities are free reign to do what they want.
Is that citrus improved, by the way, just out of curiosity? I think it is, right?
No,
no, it's not.
I don't need it. I think it does get worked at one point, but I don't need it.
Yeah, that's true. You've got it.
I planted my own citrus, so it's just like for gold tower or something.
Uh-oh. Oh, sacrifice horse. Did get a heal. Kill. Blah. No pillage though.
Yeah, but he's quite good at those spearmen. So, but my workers, he's getting bombed, have no real effect. He's doing a lot of damage, which is not going very far with it. At this point, I think he is panicking slightly.
Slightly.
He knows that horse is that's salt, losing that salt.
I would say if he would be panicking, I believe in the last city he would just make a unit instead of a monument.
Well, I got greedy, I guess.
Greedy, or maybe not panicking. You did get a flank at the north nicely, so this is basically the problem right now. I think he should just leave the horses in the south and don't care about that and defend behind the river.
Well, you also have to know that he doesn't have bowmen anymore.
Yep.
He can only build composites.
Yes, Kitty, what do you want?
And look at that, I have another scout burning mortals. Always build scouts. Now that one worker that he has there, and beside the spearman, is quite vulnerable.
Well, 25 hammer advantage is quite crushing. I mean, like,
I'm burning his land, and he can't burn mine.
Yeah, this goes one way now, but Grim is still fighting. Go Grim, go Grim! I believe in you.
Yeah, he won't give up. At this point, I do have a spearman on his academy, which will probably be burned at the beginning next turn. He has no more military advantage.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the horses next turn too, and he's gonna get 2 salt lost.
And I built statue of Zeus.
Helps compensate for the great walls of Babylon.
At this point, I think he's just trying to defend his horse tiles as much as possible. If he loses those horse tiles, both of them,
he's gonna get a penalty next turn.
It would destroy his army.
Yeah, especially that he's got invested chariots right now. But you're gonna burn it. There's no way he can defend it.
He has 2
next
of them.
turn.
He has 2 tiles, so I have to burn both.
No,
Actually, 3 tiles. 3 horse tiles.
Yes, but the one in front of capital that he cannot control and repair, if you get the control of the south, it's been quite bad. Do we have a resync or something? Seems like it.
No, he actually backed off that. We're still having lag problems. He backed off the spearman. But I am quite.
Yeah, but he just lost the horses right now. And that's quite big. 0 right now.
I'm gonna keep pushing.
There's the horse tile in the. Okay, I know what you mean right now. You can get that horses in between all of those cities now. He's getting flanked so badly right now.
I didn't show up to. I'm replacing Arvius, who has arrived late, but he.
Furo. Furo, no! No spoilers. Furo just said that he knows you're gonna win this match because you showed up in here as a co-commentator.
Yeah, that wasn't the part. I'm sort of subbing for Arvius for now. I'm hoping
Yes,
Arvius
that's
will
true.
show up soon.
No, he went to sleep. He's not gonna show up.
I didn't really want to do this. I was hoping to just sit in the sit and answer questions in the commentary. But at this point, it's not just looking at it's also looking at the game. I mean, I do have an army on his capital.
Yes.
Which is never a good thing when you have somebody else's army at your capital. And in duels, if you take somebody's capital...
You lose? Really? I didn't know that.